Welcome to the Reptarium. I'm Noah. I'm here with Bruce.
What's up?
And today we're going to be teaching you a little bit about spiders. So which spider do you want to start out with first?
So we'll go with beauty.
I want to educate you guys. A lot of misconceptions about spiders. Interesting facts most of you may probably not even know. Yesterday, someone was holding a tarantula and they were like, why is it so spiky? What's the spikiness? Bruce, hit us with the spikiness.
Basically what the spikiness is, what you're feeling actually, is what we call tarsals. So right on their toes, every time they take a step, they'll actually will spread out, and these two little claws come out, and that's what we call tarsals. They'll actually hook it to their webs, and it helps them, like, you know, detect other animals, whether it be food or predators.
One thing that blew my mind when I learned it, and actually made me feel a lot more comfortable handling tarantulas, was their brain.
A lot of people think that these guys actually have complicated brains or stuff like that. Most bugs actually don't. They don't have a brain at all. Excited. They have a complex nervous system and a cluster of cells that we actually refer to as a gangulon. Basically, it just operates the very basic necessities of this animal's life. So it is actually a big reason why they have long lives, because there's not a lot needed to keep them going. So it's 25, 30 years later, they still kicking.
How are you gonna be scared of something that has no brain?
All right, let's get another tarantula.
This one is actually very common to have.
This has been one of the most common tarantulas since like the 70s.
This is gonna blow your guys' mind.
I was 14 when I got it, and I'm 32 now.
This tarantula is older than me.
Bruh. Most of your tarantula's venoms aren't actually really potent, and they won't really do much to the human body necessarily, unless you're allergic. Obviously, anaphylaxis is pretty dangerous. We're researching the venom to help, like, discover new ways to handle diabetes, certain medical applications that they could have.
All right, Charlie, thanks for coming out. Time to go back home. Move on to the next. Pink toe tarantula.
Nowadays, as far as these guys, these are pretty hard to identify nowadays, because some of them are hybridized. It's mainly just hobby keepers not knowing really what they're doing or anything like that. There is like within the Avicularia genus, they actually have like a Metallica one, which has like much more like shiny metallic looking silver right there on the hairs. So like this is just a small example of what they potentially could look like.
One of the facts that you told me that blew my mind was that spider web is more of poop.
This one actually has a special feature.
Okay.
So it actually can utilize its poop as a weapon.
Well, it can shoot you with poop?
It shoots you with poop. Actually, yeah, I've had it happen a number of times now. Now, it's nothing really crazy for us or anything like that, but a small predator, you get that in your eye, you're... good luck. This one will actually shoot like a liquid substance. It's essentially all of its poop. Even though handling is a little bit more harder on these guys, I actually think these are some of the coolest, more underloved pets in the tarantula world.
You can see just how different. The first two we took out, he just held in his hand like this. Look at this one, never
all over
stops.
the place. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. The darting too that's usually what's unnerving for most people, is that the random darting. But it's actually because of my voice and us breathing and things like that. They're so sensitive that a gust of wind comes through and it's just immediately like, ah!
And the last one of our collection here at the Reptarium.
So I gotta start out showing you guys like the different features between the female and the male. So this is a male tarantula. So as you can see, long legs on this one. See, these guys actually what we have called tibial hooks.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, so this is basically part of what they use to breed other female tarantulas. So actually what's hold back the fangs. They actually will lay a web, what we call a sperm web. Ooh. And they will actually take these boxing glove sized pedipalps right here. Yeah. And then they'll take those and basically dab it in there, and then they go find the female.
You know what's funny is that those little boxing gloves, they remind me of a mantis shrimp. They have
like it's almost feathery at the end of theirs, but it's the same thing. Sort of funny thing is, so they're all arthropods, right? Shrimp and tarantulas are in that group of arthropods. They actually have what we like. From my understanding, that's actually called a pedipalp. Now I don't know much about shrimp; it's not really my thing. But my understanding is that a lot of their like little features and stuff like that we also refer to as the same thing. It's basically the bug of the sea, right?
Pretty much, and you can see like, I don't want to hold them, but you can see. Look at how much thinner those legs are.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Whoa, it's called a bird eater, but how can this thing eat a bird? There's no way.
It's a misnomer. It's not really true. Earlier settlers that came through South America, when they first discovered, like, when they're first trying to describe a lot of these animals, they had the rumor is that they had come to a nest of a bird-eating tarantula and saw that had a hummingbird in its nest. So they saw evidence of these animals dying in their webs, so they assumed that they were eating them. What we ended up finding out later now, though, is that they're not actually eating them, they're just getting caught in the webs and just banging themselves dead.
When you look at something like this, if you've never held one, you may think, wow, look how big that is, that must weigh a significant amount. But to my surprise, I always said that it feels like holding a cloud. You got a little pricklies from little tarsals that they got, but other than that, it's so light. It's actually mind-blowing because you're looking at the size of it, and with your eyes you're like, this must weigh something, but the actual feeling is so light.
Even when this thing steps down, like it's a light. So like, like we're so used to when we step, there's a lot of weight. There's a transfer of energy going one way. Whereas like every time they step, it's a tap first. It's a tap. You know what I mean? Like it's very, very, very light.
So there you guys go. In the future, I hope to get more species and to learn more about different types of tarantulas in the world. We showed you all of ours that we have here. I hope you guys learned something. Maybe get over your fear a little bit with some more facts. And if you run into a friend's house, you'll actually have some cojones to step up and be like, can I handle can I please handle your tarantula? Now I'm intrigued instead of fearful. Let us know what you want to see next from us. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.